Hey, how are you guys? Just thought I'd do a little video on my break and see how people are. So I want to talk about my training and how it's going and stuff, and obviously those who know me and see my photos and that, see how far I'm coming on. I'm still not anywhere near where I want to be, but I am pushing all the time. Things I have found is pushing myself to new limits. I've always thought that I trained hard, trained harder than anyone else, blah 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 blah, but there's always somebody who's training harder. And when I was younger, yeah, I did a lot. I was always training at the age of 13 and stuff, and thinking I was in good shape, great shape. Yeah, look at me, yeah, as you do when you're younger, you know, walk like you're carrying carpets, like a lot. I still see the young lads doing it. I was one of them. And you don't realise, I think, how out of shape you are till you start getting in shape, if that makes sense. Like, I got a photo up when I first started with Gain Seekers Asper, and I thought I didn't look too bad then. You know, I'd had other people help me. There's a photo somewhere of me with somebody else who was helping me, and they looked mint and ripped to fuck, and clearly what they had me doing wasn't working for my body. You know, I got a photo, I think, Jesus Christ, I'm doing all this and doing all they've said, and I just it ain't working. But I didn't give up. I carried on, and you know, Gain Seekers came and saved my ass. And the point is, I think a lot of us give up. You try a new diet. Diet doesn't work. Or it works at the beginning. And I think any diet you go on at the beginning is going to burn some sort of calories, isn't it? You're going to start dropping because you're changing your life to doing fuck all to actually now doing something, you know. So I think when you get on a diet and you start doing a bit of exercise, you do see it. And the disheartening part of it is there comes a period where it stops. Like, you don't lose weight anymore. You're like, oh fuck, that diet was working, now it's not. Well, the reason it's not working now is because you have to adjust again. You know, when I first got on this diet, you know, which Gain Seeker sorted out for me, I started losing weight. Now, admittedly, at the beginning, the very beginning of it, I just ate what they told me to eat. Even though they gave me the measurements and everything, I'm holding my hands up, sorry. I ate what they told me to eat. And purely just by eating what they told me to eat, I was losing weight. Now, I'm a big believer, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm not a PT, I'm not a nutritionist, but I don't believe in diving straight into a fucking diet. I don't think it fucking works. Maybe to some people it does work, to diving straight in and you're that focused, but everyday life, diving into a diet, eating a load of food that you wouldn't normally fucking eat, to me doesn't work. So what I did, before I got with Gain Seekers, I started taking things out of my normal eating. So I used to have 2 sugars, you know, and I went down to 1.5. This took a while. Then I went down to 1.5, now none. If you put sugar in my drink now, it is fucking vile. It is it is disgusting. How did I spend years doing that? And it stopped. And I suppose it's the same with people smoking. You cut down, and so anyway, it's changing little bits of your diet, little bits of your routine, and then, you know, and that's how I went. And now I got to a period where, okay, I've dropped a lot of weight, in my opinion. And then it stopped. Like, why am I stuck here? This isn't recently, this was like months ago. Then I started measuring the food. Okay, let's now measure it. I've got used to eating it. I've dropped the X amount of weight. Now let's start fucking measuring it properly. Weighing it even, not measuring it. Yeah, this chicken's 6 inches long. Weighing it is the word I'm looking for, not measuring. Weighing it. I started doing that, and I've dropped again. And I've carried on down this fucking path where I've lost. And suddenly it stopped again. Now what do I do now? weighing the food. I was going to say measuring. I'm weighing the food, and it's not quite working. Stuck. Okay, so they then changed the cardio. Cardio starts working again. I start fucking doing it, and I'm like, fucking hell, I'm losing weight again. Then again, it stops. Fuck's sake, here we go again. So now, when I'm doing the 60-minute fast-paced walk, if I feel a bit like I'm fucking alright here, I'll up it and I'll start fucking running. So it's adjusting again, and I think that's the biggest problem is we go on a diet, you go on the cardio they give you, and you never challenge it anymore. You don't try and cut it out a little bit more. You don't try and readjust. You don't try, and you stick to it, and you're like, oh, nothing's fucking happening. And then what happens? Fuck it. Let's go back eating. Let's go back drinking loads of fucking alcohol. Let's fucking stop fucking the gym. And that's the thing. You've got to fucking keep doing it. You've got to keep pushing. Keep fucking adjusting. Keep trying. You know, champions don't fucking become champions because they're in the boxing ring and they went down and decided to fucking stay down. They got back up and they continued to fucking push it. And that is the same with anything in life. You know, I ain't no good at maths because I never fucking studied for maths. It fucks me up. But if I put my mind to it and I focused on it, I'd be better. And it's exactly the same with the training. Once you begin to get used to training and you begin to see the change, it makes you want to do it more. But you can't just keep doing the same fucking shit. You've always got to keep adapting. And like, you know, Arnie said, you know, the body knows what's coming. So if the body knows what's fucking coming, confuse the fucker. Okay, I'm going to now do this. Or I'm now going to add this. And I'm going to add extra more cardio in. You know, maybe I'll add an extra day training in. Maybe, you know, I'll fucking speed walk a little bit more. Maybe in the morning, instead of 2 pieces of toast, I'm going to fucking cut down to 1. You know, it's constantly having to change, and that's what I love about. I'm going to say bodybuilder. I'm not a bodybuilder in my eyes. I try and eat like a bodybuilder. I try and train like a bodybuilder. I'd like to call myself a bodybuilder, but I've never competed. But and that's what I like about it. You know, I can't just keep pushing. If I'm training my chest and I'm pushing, I don't know, let's say 50 kilos all the time, and it works and it works and it works, and then I stick to 50 because I never dared to push myself where I was pushing myself in the beginning, it's never going to change anymore. It's all about change, and that's how you move forward in life. It's a bit like having a job, you know. You start off at the fucking bottom and you work your way fucking up, you know. But you have to keep learning, you have to keep readjusting, and that's a big thing for life, you know. You get in what you put out, and that's with anything in life, you know. And I joined the, I'm going to say, Army Reserves. I was never a full-on squaddy, but I still had to learn. I still had to push. I remember a lad called Bates taking me on my first fucking sort of run. Now, I've been a gym freak most of my life, thinking, I fucking pissed this run. You watch this. I've run for a long time. And I always remember coming back at something like 13 minutes, so many seconds. It fucking killed me. It absolutely killed me. I was gagging, I was choking, I was trying to get air in, and he says, it's a lot harder than it looks, in it. He was fucking right. But I carried on, and I think I got down to 7 minutes 90. I'm not going to do it now, but I got down to that. And how did I get to that? I kept readjusting, I kept challenging myself. You know, okay, I'm going to jog from this tree to that fucking tree and then walk the next. And I did that. Where I run, there's a lot of trees where I used to run, and there's a lot of trees, and slowly I started cutting them trees down. There was instead of walking, it was run, jog, run, jog, run, jog, run, jog. Eventually it was sprint, 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 jog, sprint, sprint, you know. So I adjusted to it. And if you're trying to lose weight and you're not losing fucking weight, adjust something, change something. Stop eating that fucking sausage roll that you have every fucking Friday afternoon, that massive fucking fry up you have with all the lads on a Friday. Cut it down, cut the shit out, but do it in small bits. Because if you just suddenly go, I don't want that, I'm not eating that, I can't eat that, you'll crave it and you'll crave it and you'll crave it to the point where you just go, fuck off. Adapt. If I had just chucked the sugars out of my fucking drink, I wouldn't have been able to stick to it. So stick to it. Keep pushing the hard fight, keep fighting. If you're one of these people that are trying all these fads that are coming out and they're not working, you know, don't give up. Just actually put some hard work in. Get fucking in the gym or train outdoors. If you don't want to be in a gym, train outdoors. Go walking. How fast can I walk to that lamppost? How fast can I walk around that lovely route that I walk around? You know, keep speeding it up, keep pushing it. If you've got injuries and that, work around them. You know, don't give up, work around them. I had a bicep injury that fucked me over for months. I actually think it was a trapped nerve in the end, because I was working for a building construction site doing tarmacking, and I found carrying a wheelbarrow with a lot of tarmacking sort of released the pressure off. But I carried on training. You know, I'm not saying push for injuries. I'm saying find ways around it. Find a way of adapting. Change your life. You know, changing lifestyles. There are people out there that I've seen lately. I can't remember her name, and forgive me because I've only just sort of seen it the other day. And she's like a really short person, and I think she was having like problems and that, and she started training, and now she's, you know, suddenly everyone sees her around. There's videos of her and that training, and it's great to see. You know, she's adapted and overcome it, and that's what this post is about: adapting to stuff, not giving in, and just me rambling on as usual. You know, if you have to take certain protein shakes and pre-workouts, you don't have to. I didn't for years. At the moment, I'm taking a carbohydrate powder when I train. I do have pre-workout. I have a non-stim and a stim. Sometimes I mix them together because I'm a bit of a fucking fruit like that. I wouldn't advise it. But the first time I did this 1-1-1 stack from Axe Sledge, I believe it sat in my system for 24 hours. And when you work where I work, in a garage, they were like, I can't deal with you. You're too alive today. It's but I enjoy it. I love that shit. I don't like waking up in the middle of the night with a fucking, you know, if you're a man, you know, you wake up when you think you need a wee, and you're like, "Phew," and then you're standing 6 foot from the toilet trying to have a piddle, trying to aim straight, and that's what I find if I go on this pre-workout stuff. It's woo. But no, keep pushing. Wow, just handing them off then. But keep pushing the hard fight. And you know, they say surround yourself with, you know, positive people and people who are into similar things. And if you don't have that luxury, like I don't train with anyone. I've tried getting training partners, it doesn't work. I've had good ones, and I've had some that just don't. But if you can surround yourself with positive people and people into the same sort of stuff as you, then do it. You know, look out for each other. If you're training with me, and I do try and get this from people who I think are closer to me to train with me, and you feel I've got an extra like 3 or 4 reps, and you have some crazy idea like I used to, you know, then shout at me. You know, it's changing things up. Like I've run the rack before. It's not part of my workout, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to run the rack. I got one lad, Daz Wood, fucking running backwards and forwards with fucking dumbbells, and he was fucking chucking his dumbbells at me. And originally, before I started, I told him I wanted to do 10 reps on every single one, and he's screaming at me, just do 8, just do 6, just get out what you can. And I felt like I felt pumped to fuck, and you know, and it felt amazing, you know, because I'd done something I normally wouldn't do. And it's the same with supersets. And you know, just because your workout says 5 sets of 6, you know, that's not to say you can't throw in a fucking superset. That's not to say you can't bang some push-ups in the middle of your fucking sets. You know, adapt, change stuff, mix it fucking up. Don't let it be stale and boring as fuck. You know, if you're doing the same thing to your other half in that U time, then there come a point where they're going to think, oh my god, it's the same shit. They had me in this position for the last 6 months. You know, change things up. If you okay, if it works, it works. Change things fucking up. There's the old saying, if it's not broken, don't change it. Well, it gets a bit boring after a bit. Change it up. Yes. I'm going to stop going on now before I'm going off here. But that's mainly what this post is about. Strength and honour. I haven't got strength and honour today on me. And that's, doesn't matter. I was going to say about, I know a lot of people won't go to the gym because they're worried about who's in there or who's watching and stuff. And I just want to say that most people in the gym are too busy looking at themselves to even notice what you're doing. You see it everywhere now. I'm as bad in the posing room as me. There's people filming each other, people trying to get the best videos they can fucking get of each other. But I just believe in training fucking hard and changing things up. Catch you later.